join me here 24 hours into my session at my Cambridgeshire syndicate, and it's absolutely dead. As you can see, the conditions are pretty windy, lovely sunny, mild, back end of October. You know, it's perfect really, but there's just nothing happening. There was 3 of us on last night, no one's had any action. You know, quite unusual for this lake, there's nothing showing either. You know, we can't put our finger on it, we don't know what it is, it just seems to be really shut up shop. But you know, we're not going to give in. I might move down the other end of the lake. You know, the sun's out now, it must be 15, 16 degrees, which is perfect for this time of year. And I'm pretty certain there's going to be a few fish down there in that sun. So, give it the next couple of hours. If nothing happens in here, I'm going to move down there, get the bait out in position, see if tonight can change and, you know, put a fish or 2 on the bank. Right, I'm 24 hours into my session and there's absolutely nothing happening whatsoever down the other end of the lake. I haven't seen anything showing, I've had no liners. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I've never seen the lake so quiet. You know, I've come down the other end on the back of the wind. There's some lovely little margin areas around here. The fish love to get in the pads. It's, you know, really sunny, it's a lot warmer. I'm thinking about moving down here tonight, to be honest, so I'm going to bait a few margin spots up, keep my eye on it over the afternoon, and maybe just before dark get myself down here and see if I can nick some on the second night. You know, you can see the difference here in the swim. You know, so much calmer, so much warmer. You can see at the other end of the lake where my rods are actually panned out of there. There's a lot more wind on. You know, it feels 2 or 3 degrees warmer easy down this end of the lake. I'm certain there's going to be a few fish down here getting that last bit of sun. You know, we're only, what, a week away from November. You know, quite mad really because I'm stood in a t-shirt, but I am a northerner. But you know, it's just got to happen. I've just got to move and I've got to do something. I can't just sit there and blank. So I'm going to get my rods, get down this end of the lake and see what happens tonight. Down into the new swim, you know, it looks really nice down here, like we've seen earlier with the sun and off the back of the wind. Still now showing, but you know, nothing was happening down there, so I've got to try a different area tonight, have a little change, bit of a different approach, you know, just a little scattering a boilie around the area and just 3 chods out. Hopefully there's going to be a few fish about. The build up, we start picking a few liners up later and we'll see in the morning, see if anything happens. Right, the final morning, right at the death. I've just had to get Andy back round there from his loading the car up. Everything's on my barra. I've literally got the rods out and my right hand rod just melted off. Cracking fish, looks like a nice mid-20. Let's get it out, have a look, and we'll have a look at the rig and the setup that I've been using as well. Well, this year's 27.8, caught the right hand rod on a white choddy, over the moon with this one, right to the death. All the gears on the barrel, ready to go. Holding on for the last, what, half an hour, 40 minutes, just hoping it'd rip off, which is finally gone. Made up with this one. Let's slip her back. Right then, this is the rig I took the fish on, just a normal standard setup, a chod rig set up on 15mm milky mults. The first night I didn't put any of the booster dip on, the second night I did, so whether that was the difference I don't know. Like I say, just a few scatterings around the area, the SLK and the white over the top. It's done me loads of bites this year. You know, the spot on fishing's really weedy, choddy, so this rig suited perfectly. Well, I'm all packed up now, everything's on the barra. It's the end of the session, it's been an absolute nightmare to be honest. You know, it's been totally dead, nothing showing. There's a couple of other lads fishing there, I've had nothing either. So I'm absolutely made up to catch that fish at the end. I'll be back down in a couple of weeks. Hopefully it's going to be fishing a lot better than it has done of late. So until then, see you next time.